Welcome back to Digimon Story Lost Evolution. Previously, I've explored the remainder of Archive Island and cleared most of the final farm quests, finally ending the Drakmon side story. I have since built a team meant to take on the toughest challenges yet to be faced. So let's get to it. I deliver some plates to Octomon of Tamer Town. Clearing the 400 plate goal gives me a millionaire dagger. Then I go for the Desert Legend of the Gold-clad Digimon, which requires a wild Jumbo Gamemon. I must face the gold Digimon of class Desert to help him achieve a golden body. After landing, I go west, north, east, south, east, then north. It's at the start of the climb to the plateau that I find an Eaglemon. He fights me alongside a Super Starmon. After winning, my next opponent is Goldramon. From now on, each opponent is aided by the previous combatant. Second victory allows me to advance toward my next opponent, Prince Mamemon. With this third victory, I can finally face the strongest gold Digimon, Pharaohmon. My team clears him easily, and with it, I have proven that my power is worthy of gold, so I report to Jumbo Gamemon, receiving a golden axe and golden armor as part of my reward. This also unlocks new wild Digimon. Eaglemon doesn't feature very wide moves. Goldramon has an ultra-wide move in Gold Flame, while Pharaohmon's Mummy Mayhem drains HP. These three Digimon show up in Class Desert. As for Prince Mamemon, he shows up in Chrome Mine. His smiley warhead can confuse. Common among all four of them is their massive money drops. I deliver more plates. Hitting the 550 target grants me the Tentacle Guard. After that, I go for a boss chest hunt. Proxy Island's chest is guarded by a Neptunemon. It contains the Gungnir. Next is Risk Factories. Defeating Dynasmon, Luciamon Fall Down Mode, and Lord Nightmon grants me the Positron Laser. I follow up with Risk Caves. It is guarded by a Lotusmon. The reward is a Form Whip. As for Chrome Mine, the isolated chest in the area that connects to Risk Cave is guarded by a Magnamon, Vightmon, and Craniummon. Defeating them grants me the Mjolnir. I then go to the double boss chest room. Left is guarded by Ebonmon, Seraphimon, and Baihumon. The reward is a Muspelheim. Right is guarded by a Karatemon, Alphamon, and Anubismon. This somewhat easier fight grants me the Weapon Sanctuary. Final area is Class Desert. I go west through two areas, finding a boulder I hadn't broken before, finding a new boss chest. It is guarded by a Lilithmon and Machindramon. The reward is the Machindra Claw. I then go to the chest north of the area that connects to Risk Cave. Defeating the Zuchiamon Guardian there grants me an Armor Sanctuary. The final chest is guarded by a Kuramon, Imperial Dramon Paladin Mode, and Azulongmon, the toughest of all boss chest fights. The reward is the Omnimon Blade. I make my final plate delivery. Hitting the 700 target grants me the Octomon Shooter. Next destination is the Risk Factory. Going all the way to the final boss area reveals that the bandits actually managed to survive. Colonel as well, though he seems to have been pacified, even if he's being an annoyance. I enter the final area a second time. This time, the bandits suggest unlocking the Legend Tamer fight as a way of keeping Colonel busy. A third visit reveals that DOS was successful in unlocking it, so I head out to the Digi-Colosseum to take on the test. First opponent is Chief Julia. She sends out a Chaos Gallantmon, Mirage Gogamon Burst Mode, and Creepymon. After an assault of mostly water damage, I advance to the second stage, a fight with Chief Blair. He sends out Gallantmon Crimson Mode, Ophanimon, and Shine Grimmon Burst Mode. Dark damage is great against these. I even confuse all of them in one go, so the fight is a piece of cake. The third fight is against the pacified Colonel, who sends out Apocalypmon, Minomon, and Examon. Surprisingly, the in-training Digimon is the toughest. But after they are all down, I'm proclaimed the Tamer Legend. Darkdramon's reward for it is the Legendary Sword. Two new wild encounters have also been unlocked. Class Desert now has Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode. He mostly has single target moves, while Chrome Mine has Armageddon. He's got a 3-target split move in the form of full-scale attack. These two have the highest experience drops. I go for the final farm quest, Battles, Battles, and more Battles, which requires a Wild Rosemon Burst Mode. She sends me to the Shadow Abyss to face the strongest opponents. After winning, I go north through two areas, finding DOS of the Bandits. I have to face EX Eraser Beta and an ancient Volcanomon. Beta is quite fast, so I have to make quick use of speed buffs to take control of the fight. Once I'm done, I go for the Northern Path next to face Dress. My opponents are EX Eraser Gamma and a Chaosmon. Once again, stat buffs are paramount to win this fight. I go back to the previous area, then go south through two areas, finding Uno. I face EX Eraser Alpha and a Kentaurusmon. Surprisingly, I take the first turn this time. Alpha seems to prefer raw strength. After winning, I go back to the previous area, then go east, finding Numemon. He faces me in combat alongside the giant Numemon. The little guy likes to drop my speed, while the giant goes for wider damage. Winning is not the end though, as Numemon faces me again alongside the X-Eraser Omega. They take the initiative quite early, but I can fortunately take momentum back. Stat buffs are very important, as attack buffs are needed to make sure I can actually deal proper damage. It's this fight that makes me realize the speed system in this game is quite odd, as I somehow managed to get so many turns in a row that Omega is pretty much incapable of fighting back. With this final victory, I report to Rosemont, receiving 40 XP 2000s and 9 EXP 8000s. Well, there's still something left to do. I have some passwords to give to Valkyrimon of Tamertown. UFVD 2002 gives me the blue USB. CRNM 2005 gives me the black USB. EXAM 2007 gives me the red USB, while AEGD 2010 gives me the yellow USB. These items unlock new secret quests. First, this password quest, All Force Vidramon. I must face a Tamer outside to fully help restore him. The Tamer is Kizuna. She sends out a Repamon and Gardamon. After winning, I'm told to look for the blue patch in Patch Prairie. I find it in the area where I found the Digiship. I deliver it to All Force Vidramon, receiving an All Force Ring and All Force Mon Vidramon plates, Alpha and Beta, as part of the reward. All Force Vidramon also starts showing up in Patch Prairie. He doesn't have that many remarkable moves. Next is password quest Craniumon, which follows the same formula. After defeating Kizuna's Nightmons and Digitamamon, I'm told to go for the cave in Longin Mountain. After digging down to North Cave, I find the black patch to deliver to Craniumon. I get a Cranium Ring and a Craniumon plate as part of the reward. Craniumon is now a wild encounter in North Cave. He doesn't have any wide moves. I follow up with password quest Examon. After facing Kizuna's Megidramon, Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, and Policiamon, I must go to Longin Mountain. I go north from the third area to find the red patch to deliver to Examon, receiving the Exa Ring and Examon plate as part of the reward. Examon also shows up in Longin Mountain now. His Pendragon's glory is ultra wide. Finally, I go for password quest, Agents Dramon. This time Kizuna faces me with a Zambamon, Gigasidramon, and Argomon Mega. I'm told to go on the Rotten Packer Coast. So after diving into the North Marine, I retrieve the yellow patch to deliver to Aegis Dramon, receiving the Aegis Ring and an Aegis Dramon plate as part of the reward. Aegis Dramon also shows up in North Marine. His Terahydro Break reduces speed. Well, that's it. Tamer Legend status has been attained, all quests have been completed, and most of the evolution tree was rebuilt. This time around, the strongest fight was quite a challenge. At least in Lost Evolution, building up a maxed out Digimon has never been easier. Load enhancement was not the strongest this game. Having to travel through the United Digivolution tree to get the moves I want was a bit of a pain though. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time.